Okay, maths. Today we are going to recap adding and subtracting decimal numbers, which we have done before. So hopefully this will be a refresher and an opportunity for you to do some more practice. Really important when we're adding and subtracting decimals is place value. When adding, it's important to understand the place value of the numbers. So for example, there we've got 11 add 1.1. The numbers both have 2 digits, however only 1 digit in each of those numbers has the same place value. And there's an example there of your decimal place value chart. You know we would have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, so on, going to the left. Our decimal point always stays in the same place. So when you add or you subtract decimal numbers and you put them underneath each other, that decimal point has to be in the same place. And then following on to the right, we obviously have our tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. So very important to remember your place value when you're adding or subtracting decimals. We're going to have a look at some examples now. When we do formal methods, so formal addition or subtraction, you know that it's column addition. You need to line up the different place values. The decimal point also has to be lined up, like I mentioned before. So if we look at these two calculations, which one is correct and why? Going to reveal the answer. There we go, the one on the left is correct because the place values and the decimal point are lined up. As you can see, that decimal point is lined up. It is in the same place. It never moves. This one is incorrect. Why? Because those decimal points are not lined up. Therefore, you will have trouble adding those digits together because the place values are not the same. Another useful tip is using a zero. So sometimes you will be given a sum like this, 345.6 add 49.24. You can add the zero where a digit is not given, just to help you with your adding. And in particular, it's more useful with the subtraction. So we would add a zero. Okay, adding. Remember to place the answers within the correct columns in the answer section too. So we've got 345.6, add 49.24. Place the decimal in the correct position in the answer section. Start by adding the smallest value together. 0 hundredths add 4 hundredths equals 4 hundredths. 6 tenths add 2 tenths equals 8 tenths. 5 ones add 9 ones equals 14 ones. Place the 110 into the tens column and the 4 in the ones column in the answer section. So remember to carry or regroup. They have done this above in the tens column. You can also do it below, like how we do it at school. 110 add 4 tens, add 4 tens equals 9 tens. Don't forget to add the 110 that you regrouped. And lastly, 3 hundredths add 0 hundredths equals 3 hundredths, and there is your answer. Let's have a look at subtracting now. We still use the exact same rules that you would for column addition and column subtraction. The only difference is that you remember that decimal place and you keep all of your digits within the correct place value columns. So we've got 345.6 subtract 49.24. Start by subtracting the smallest value. In this example, this is the hundredths column. We've got 0, subtract 4 hundredths. This cannot be done. Therefore, we need to exchange a tenth for 10 hundredths and regroup these. So 10 add the 0 is then 10 hundredths. So we now have 10 hundredths subtract 4 hundredths equals 6 hundredths. We now have 5 tenths subtract 2 tenths equals 3 tenths. 5 ones subtract 9 ones. This cannot be done, so we exchange 1 10 for 10 ones and you regroup those into the ones column. So now you've got the 10 ones add 5 ones equals 15 ones. 15 ones subtract 9 ones equals 6 ones. 3 tens subtract 4 tens. This also cannot be done. Therefore, you exchange 100 for 10 tens and you regroup those into the tens column. So we now have 13 tens subtract the 4 tens gives you 9 tens. There's a lot of regrouping in this example. And finally, our last one will be the 200 subtract 0 hundredths gives us 2 hundredths. And we've come to the end. It's now time to go back to your PowerPoint, choose your challenge, and then mark your answers once you're finished. Remember to show your working out and use the column method with your place value columns. It's really important. Remember the place value and use the correct method. Good luck.